But with that said, all right, well, it looks like we are getting into the game, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it over.
If you can go the whole day without resetting the timer, I will give you a round of applause. I will not give you a shout out, but I will clap for you.
All right, is that a challenge? That's a challenge.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do that. But before we do what I wanted to do, though, let's go ahead and get on into the gameplay. What I want to do is a giveaway. So
cool.
It's cool. I know. We're going to do a giveaway. Yeah. We're doing that. It's a thing. Free stuff. Money. Let's do it. Free stuff, baby. All right. So Riot is awesome enough to give us some coins to give away here. So the way this is going to work, as long as I don't break it here, is I want you guys. The first one we'll do it nice and like a regular word, right? Coins. The word coins. C-O-I.
Not command coins. Not exclamation mark coins.
Not, yeah. Just coins. Just coins. Throw the word in chat, and then you get entered. And then in a couple minutes, I'll roll the dice, and we'll see who gets the free coins. Is it bad that I just wanted to do it myself and enter? Is that... I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Boulevard, don't enter. You would be the one to enter. I know you would. So
I have won one of these giveaways. I won a Ruined Thresh and Ruined Karma skin from Charmer's chat. It was my first time popping into Charmer's chat. I just stole his skins and ran.
Oh, man.
I was going to say we should cut it off when the first champion is played, but this is, I mean, Poppy's going to come down on 4, I would imagine. So that's probably not that much time.
Again, everybody in chat, just type coins. You'll get entered to win 500 coins. We're going to do this, 4 more times after this today? So.
Yeah, 4 more times today and then 5 times tomorrow. That's part of the reason. So we've soft confirmed doing 5 rounds today, 2 rounds, and top 8 tomorrow, as is our norm. Part of it is because we always do that, because we do have Europeans that enter the tournament, don't want them to have to play until 3 a.m. Another part of it is because it would be a little constrained to try and do 5 giveaways just through the top 8.
Oh, that's good. So, see, even if you did enter, I can mark you ineligible, by the way.
Why would you do that? I want some coins. I only have 7,500.
Because you clearly prismaticized the wrong cards, like, I don't know, Lysandra. That's
why I still have 7,500 coins, so I can do it again. I'll never learn my lesson. I'll keep prismating every deck I play, and you can keep nerfing them.
All right. So back to the gameplay. We do have a game of Legends of Runeterra on our hands.
And it's Bandle Pirates up against Ziggs Poppy. Now, there is a pirate deck in Snipecross's lineup, just the good old-fashioned form of pirates. Misfortune, Gangplank, Noxus, Bilgewater. The thing that, every time I think, maybe it's time. Maybe we can stop calling Bandle Pirates, and just call this Pirates. Somebody brings traditional pirate aggro, and I have to be like, oh, man, I can't get rid of the name yet.
Yeah, I don't think Pirate Aggro is going to be leaving anytime soon. Basically, I mean, listen, if you put, like, Gangplank in a deck and it's aggressive, I'm pretty sure it's just by default.
Yeah, that's kind of the point that the meta has settled at, right? Is Plunder pops up really big, and then we all look at Gangplank and say, I could put you in anything. The one thing we haven't seen a resurgence of is, like, Ezreal Gangplank, because that was always kind of Ezreal TF, but... with Make It Rain being back to 2 mana, Ezreal being down to 6 targets, it's just a matter of time, right? I mostly just want to see Ballistic Bot come back. Where's Ballistic Bot been? He was so good, and now he's just meh.
All right, we got Dreadway Deckhand coming down here. Gonna see who's going to be able to be the more aggressive deck in just a second. There is a Make It Rain to utilize with it, so it's guaranteed to kill the Yordle if it hits it. Also the Loping Telescope. Gonna feel bad if it hits... Yep, it does hit the wrong Yordle there. It does hit the right one. Right one and the wrong one. Feels a little bad that we're not quite killing the other. Gonna land at 1 health there. But we have a lot of draw in Piracream's hand to get back in the swing of things.
And this puts us at really good pacing for the Gangplank. Currently at 3 out of 5. Almost certainly going to go up to 4 out of 5 on the next turn thanks to the Crackshot Corsair at minimum. And like you said, with these 2 hidden pathways in hand, I'm pretty sure we're going to... Oh, and that's a really nice Make It Rain top deck. We could clear out the board before we go for our attack, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Wow, that is such a good Make It Rain. And yeah, now this is going to be a lot of damage coming in. That's a great chump blocker, though, especially for the additional draw that it's going to provide. That's going to feel real good for Snipecross. I mean, that's kind of the deal here in this matchup, right? Both decks are aggressive. You want to deal the most damage that you can as quickly as possible, but you also want that refuel. And right now, Piracream has plenty of refuel. Snipecross has the burn advantage right now. And some will refuel a little bit. Vandal City Mayor is going to get that additional card as well. So things are looking up for both players. I mean, both players are definitely still in this. Paracream obviously very much in the lead, getting Snipe Cross down to 10 right now.
Yeah, and one thing. Oh, you know, I was just about to say the one downside of using that Make It Rain when we did is that we used it on our offensive turn. We can't get this 5th Gangplank proc, but then we draw the Twisted Fate, and a big red card is going to come out and give us the leveled Gangplank. And there's really not a lot of counterplay left on the side of Snipecross. This GP is going to come down and clear out this board, and there's really nothing to stop that. Our hand is Ziggs double Decimate, which is nice, but I almost feel like we'd rather have a Noxian Fervor so that we at least feel a little bit safe from the 2 double ups that are in Piracream's deck.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, Piracream's draws, right? Getting this Gangplank early enough like this, I think is the big part of why Piracream is going to have a pretty good time, taking this one home.
So weird to me. That block was wild.
Which one?
So we blocked Legion Rearguard, which and didn't block Poppy, which lets Legion Rearguard kill us. Or rather, kills the Legion Rearguard, leaves Poppy at full health. If we had blocked Poppy, we would have taken less damage and set the entire board to 2 HP right before a Gangplank attack.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yep, leaving it within that range to get blown away to smithereens here by Powderful Explosion. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. We'll see if Snipecross is going to commit it to the Twisted Fate here. Going to at least get rid of the Dreadway Deckhand. But yeah, that's the advantage Piracream has in this specific matchup, right? This Gangplank. You know, Poppy, Ziggs, they're great champions and all. They're not quite as big and bad as something like a Gangplank, and that's the problem here for Snipecross. I mean, listen, we got 2 Decimates, so anything's possible. Like, right now, technically, we have 9 damage represented in hand, so we could top deck something on the side of Snipecross to go ahead and have lethal, but it's going to be rough. This is going to help, though. This will save the Mayor. So maybe this is what we were thinking about with that block, right?
Mayor will now trade with the Deckhand, and Ziggs will kill the Twisted Fate. The downside of this is that you are not killing Gangplank.
Yeah, yep.
Which, you're going down to 3. Gangplank is still going to... I mean, Pokey Stick onto the face might just be the play here from Piracream.
Which I think it is, yeah, with how low
Set your opponent down to 1 and just say, hey, can you kill me before this scrappy bomb ticks down?
And you have draw, so like there's a pretty good shot you could draw into some other sort of burn.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for this Pokey Stick, though. Do you want to send it at the Nexus? Do you want to not use it at all? Do you want to use it on Ziggs to save the Twisted Fate so that you can potentially level him up? Because you do have Pokey Stick and Hidden Pathways as your only cards in hand. It's a lot of draw that you're funneling in. Personally, I like using the Pokey Stick on the Nexus here.
I do too. Yep, it's a burn deck, baby. We go face.
But we're just going to do nothing, which is kind of fine, right? Gangplank is going to survive. We're still going to get that keg again next turn.
So I think it's something to note, too. This Legion Saboteur, I think, is exactly kind of what Snipecross wanted off the top here. I think the goal is to go wide and try to just close out the game before that Scrappy Bomb goes off, like you mentioned. But I don't know if it's going to be possible. I mean, sure, the Kingpin trades, which I never thought I'd see this card on board. But it's just not enough. I really am not feeling Snipecross's position. But let's see what's off the top here.
I'm not sure what they could possibly draw because you've still got you have to kill Piracream on this attack turn, and you don't have mana for 2 Decimates. You have them in hand. Maybe that represents lethal on Piracream's turn, but you'll be dead by then, especially with the Parlay top deck.
All right, there's a Pokey Stick. There's 2 damage to Nexus. There's 3 with the Pokey Stick. Yeah, and you know the Decimates, especially in this matchup, I think are just too, pardon the pun here, slow compared to everything else. And yeah, I just think that Piracream's going to be able to take it. But let's see, we got the Pokey Stick. This one is now... See, if we're going face with the Pokey Stick now, I don't understand why we didn't do it on the last keg, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Because now we have the Parlay onto the Saboteur, right? So, I mean, either way, I think Piracream takes it this turn.
Yeah.
Or going into next turn with the Scrappy Bomb, right?
Yeah, so Pokey Stick has to come out onto the keg here because Snipecross cannot fall to 1, and that means that Parlay on the Nexus does just secure this for Piracream next turn.
Yep.
As long as we don't get fancy and try and kill a unit and run into a Noxian Fervor that gets top decked by this Pokey Stick, you know, just play it safe, throw it at the Nexus. You don't need to kill units, you just need to kill the big glowing red crystal. Double up top decked as well.
Yeah, lots of ways to kill Snipecross. Imperial Demolitionist, a little bit more damage can come through, but... And you can see, you know, now Snipecross starting to develop that field, but again, just a tad too slow for for Paracream here. I mean, Paracream
Yeah,
getting
lecturing
that
Yordle as
gangplank.
well. Just so many ways for Paracream to kill their opponent this turn. And this is what we mentioned, right? Snipecross has the decimates, has the damage, just doesn't have the time.
Yep. There it is. There's the poison dart, and we'll see if Snipecross throws up the Shen GG emotes and clicks the
I was gonna say,
button.
what are we gonna wait for Snipecross to see? Sad Poro.
Different
no,
emote.
no GG Shen, just Sad Poro.
And then the Siri. There's the parlay too, because why not? We'll end it with Gangplank's signature move. And that is going to be Paracream taking it for the first game over Snipecross. Nice. Let's go. Fun stuff. All right, so some burn-on-burn action there, right, Boulevard?
Yeah.
All right, I thought you were gonna have a quip after I said that.
Nope, you're leading the witness. You're just asking me. You are asking me to confirm facts. I don't really have a good follow-up.
Okay.
It's like you tried to create banter by being like, "Hey, baby, is the sky blue?" And it's like, "Yes," and then you're like, "That was it. There's no follow-up. This isn't like a witty pickup line. I just wanted to make sure."
That's it. All right, got the mulligans up here. And now we can see some Draven Scion for the first time today, Boulevard. Been a little hot minute.
We actually made it all the way to round 2 without ever mentioning Scion.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Talking about the major players, we just kind of quietly didn't mention this one. It's not because it's not a major player. We just talked a lot about Scion.
It's been on our mind a lot.
We're human. We talk about things extensively. You know, we in our spare time we go on Tinder dates. We tell them about Scion and Plunder and Sivir. And we go and write articles and make videos about it, and then we hop on cast and talk to you guys about it. Yeah, talked a lot about Scion.
I think you might be the only person in the world that brags about your card game career on Tinder. So
that is absolutely not true. There's no way that's true.
Prove it. Prove it.
Well, first of all, we all know that the only reason to play card games is to put things in your Tinder
profile.
There's
you've made that
a
known,
human being would ever play a card game. So we're all doing it for the Tinder clout. So there's no way that I'm the only one that's utilizing that. Second of all, I know some Magic player, some other world champion from some
world championship
game, 100% got that in their Tinder bio. That's on my resume, man.
Hey, at least you're expediting your dating process. Like, most of the people won't contact you. So then you're only down to, like, the 3 people that will. So
yeah, and then I get to blame it on the fact that I'm talking about card games and not my looks. It's a win-win.
All right, Sump Dredger coming down, discarding a Ravenous Flock. Don't see that too often. No discard targets for Paracream, unfortunately. Boom Baboon will change that next turn. But not terrible blocks here. But going to have to go up against this burn deck and see if... we can, I don't know, stave off this early aggression. Who can win faster, essentially, is going to be the name of the game here.
Yeah, Scion's always done pretty well against all of the Poppy decks that are running around, but Burn is obviously going to be something that they can struggle with a little bit. Just, you have no life gain. You are almost certainly not more aggressive than your opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
The builds for Scion have moved a lot more mid-range as time has gone on. We're not seeing a lot of like, oh, here's my triple Legion Grenadier opener where I just run you over with 9 damage and then throw a bunch of decimates at you. Some Scion decks will posture more towards burn, but it's still not really happening until after the Scion turn. You're not like putting decimates in your deck to try and kill your opponent by turn 6. You're using it to finish them off after the Scion hit.
All right, well, Draven at least going to come down, so that should provide some okay aggression here. We're not going to commit any blockers, which does make sense. At this point, Snipe does want to try to go as wide as possible with this burn. I mean, we already got Paracream at 12 on turn 4. Going to feel pretty good about that. Gut, pretty much the hand you want. You got the Imperial Demolitionist. I think, 5 mana next turn. This whole hand can just hit the field and go wide. So Snipecross got to feel pretty good about that. We'll see if we get some sort of additional maybe Decimate or something as a top deck, and that could seal the deal. Nope, it's going to be Vandal City Mayor, which isn't bad.
Yeah, and this open attack is actually something that Paracream can just stop. Full stop.
Yeah.
You Mystic Shot this Stone Stacker, you take no damage from this attack. Now, of course, it's always scary to throw Mystic Shots into open mana and say, oh yeah, just go ahead, Noxian Fervor me, I dare you. But there is no Fervor available for Snipecross. It's just all units right now.
Yeah, this surprises me. I'm surprised Snipecross didn't develop here with such a cheap hand. Because we could have went very wide, and the only thing Paracream would have developed is a Boom Baboon. I don't really know what Snipecross was worried about.
I mean, Poros could have come down, but even that is just like blocking, right? It's just getting more cards out of your opponent.
Yeah.
You might not be pushing more damage, but your units are probably surviving their interactions with those Poros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. I really do. I would have liked the development a little bit more.
Ooh, Furious Fey Folk off the
Yeah,
mayor.
I'm very curious to see if that
Hey, yo.
makes an impact in this game. Oh, I try.
Doza.
I try.
So I see. I talk about card games on Tinder. You talk about your stand-up comedy career. And we all have our
it's
strengths.
getting there. It's getting. You know, I actually have a friend who's trying to make a career in that right now. It's not easy.
I thought you were going to tell me that you actually have a Tinder right now.
No, dude, I never was into using Tinder or any of that stuff. No, isn't it something else nowadays? Isn't all them youngins?
Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, those all.
There's like 37.
I think I forgot my
now.
Bumble password, so I just haven't been on Bumble.
Oh man, I don't know why like 10% of our discussions usually end up being about Tinder. So thanks.
Because
for that,
that's the only reason to play card games. Again, you can't sit there and lie
Tinder
to
and card games. They just go
card games.
They just go hand
so
in
you
hand.
Can find girls on Tinder. Or boys on Tinder, whatever you're into. Anyone on Tinder. I don't care if you're just on Tinder to make friends. You need to put your card game accomplishments in there.
I will say my girlfriend did that. She actually found a girl.
She bragged about card games on Tinder?
No.
What a winner.
She found one of her best friends on Tinder, like a girl. So that was yeah. It actually works for that. So,
yeah, they do have a friendship option. You can actually just set it to not look for people who are dating.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of card games, baby. You're gonna get all them card games. You're gonna find a local game store. You're gonna start playing Flesh and Blood.
I don't know what that has to do with card games, but okay. Oh, all right. Paracream now the one going wide with the Poros that would have been blocking. So again, I
actually gonna be able to finally take the life lead in this game, getting Snipe Cross down to 9. And still, just I mean, this is where the heavy hitters need to start coming down, right? We've got the Poppy and the Demolitionist. We can take that into the Fey Folk turn. I mean, we've got a good anti-Scion measure in this Crescent Strike. The sort of problem is that if things work out on curve for Piracream, then Scion just comes down next turn, and then you don't have a chance to stun it. Piracream just goes in for the open attack. There is the Scion right on time. And this might just be Piracream picking this one up, taking the normal sort of Scion route as just being favored into the Poppy matchups.
Well, I mean, let's see. If we play Imperial Demolitionist, that's going to be down to 8 for Piracream. If we just play out the hand and play Furious Fatefolk, that has impact 4, right?
Yep.
So I mean, with the Poppy and everything else hitting, I mean, that's going to go down to at least 4 health.
Yep.
I mean,
and then you can die to Scion.
Yeah, then I know Scion goes out, but then there's 4 health. There's no top deck. Not if Piracream open attacks.
Yeah, because your only top deck out at that point is Decimate, in which case you are getting open attacked for lethal. Maybe if you can survive the Scion and make them try to kill you with the Scion Reborn, you'll get a window.
Is Snipe Cross playing Fervor?
Probably.
So if we draw exactly...
I'm not going to look at the deck list, and I'm going to say yes.
If we draw exactly Pokey Stick Fervor over the next 2 turns, then that line would play out as a win for Snipe Cross.
Yeah. Yeah, that could do it.
All right, well, there goes that.
There's another time.
We tried. So yeah, I do think now, there's the Furious Fey Folk, and unfortunately even Scion's going to be able to live through that. So I think I do think Piracream is going to be able to take this. We have the Crescent Strike to potentially just maybe like pass here and just live another day and draw.
Well, it depends on if Piracream plays the Scion here or not.
Yeah.
Because if Piracream slams Scion, I don't think there's anything that Snipe Cross can do. Now, I don't know if the Scion is leveled. I'm assuming it is, but honestly, since we haven't seen some looping of actually Scion's not leveled. He'll be at 23 or 32 out of 35 because we have not seen any copies of Lost Souls. So that was a concern that I had was, we haven't actually seen that. We will be able to level Scion with his champion spell on the open attack if we feel that's something we need to do though.
Well, so I guess they consider it like Scion's the only person or the only card that can block Furious Fatefolk and kill it. But at the same token, like you mentioned, he's not leveled. Then you open yourself up to a Pokey Stick on the open attack where, Scion's not leveled yet.
Yeah, but again, because you have the 2 Scions, you can just play the Scion spell and discard one of your units, and that'll level it. So nothing to stop the Scion from leveling before it dies.
Now, I guess... I mean, you're going to die next turn anyway, so you have to go in with the Fatefolk here,
Poppy
right?
is not going to buff Furious Fatefolk because it's only...
It's
I always
stronger.
forget that Poppy has conditions on her +1/+1.
Yeah, no, I'm the same exact way. I'm like, yeah, everything gets +1/+1. Right? It's like Bannerman, except better, right? Like, it's fine.
Yeah, no, the Fey Folk actually will not get the buff, so will not trade with this Ion. So we can still take a free block there.
I don't think there's a reason to not attack with the Loping Telescope. That was weird. Or, trying to think of why. I mean, maybe making sure
you let me know if you figure it out.
Maybe if just making sure we have another chump blocker available. So we'll see in a second.
I think we wanted to make sure that we had a unit with 2 health, so we don't just die to Scion, but they're still an elusive. So we've got our 2 HP blocker to only take 8 from Scion, and then Poro comes in and deals that last 1.
Yeah, so it's a little weird. Maybe a little bit of a miscalculation there, because then if that was the case, you attack with Loping, but you hold back the Imperial Demolitionist, right? And then there's your solid blocker.
Looks like we're actually going to leave the Furious Fey Folk alive, but we do still have the Flame Chompers. Pull that out of the way.
Okay, yep. All right, there's the Impact 4. But like we mentioned, I don't think there's any top decks that's going to get Snipecross out of an open attack. Now, I don't think there's any world where Parakareen doesn't open attack, because there is discard outlets to go ahead and get that Scion leveled. All right, Inventive Chemist. And yep, here it is. I do think this is going to be game.
Yep. Even if you had the Fervor. Well, maybe Fervor could have saved you. You'd be able to kill Scion.
Yeah.
And then, but now with the survival skills top deck, even that's not real.
Wait, no, right? Because then you just burst discard with the Spinning Axe and level the Scion, right? So.
Yeah, but then Snipecross gets the Crescent Strike post-combat.
Okay.
So that could have been something, but not what was... It's not real. Didn't happen. It's fiction. We made it up.
Yeah, and there it is. Scion right around turn 7 or 8, as per usual, ending things for Snipecross. And Paracream going to take it 2-0 there. All right, starting round 2 with some Draven Scion action that we're used to. So that's some good stuff here. But I'm sure we still have some people playing. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. See who's still up and at 'em round 2. We have... Did
you know that for the longest time, I thought the phrase up in Adam was like up and Adam, like ADAM, and I never got it?
Wow.
I was like, who's Adam? Why are we up in Adam?
I know I say some dumb stuff sometimes, but wow.
What?
Really?
I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought that.
All right, we have Deriva. We have Deriva playing. I don't know if we can get the second hand for that one. So that's going to be the question mark there. So let's see if we can get into Deriva's game.
Who is Deriva's opponent?
Do I not have?
I've lost them.
Yeah,
I can't find it on the sheet. Deriva.
All right, never mind. Toss Deriva out the window. We have Random playing AM. Oh no, they just finished.
Did you just try to take us back into the?
I go down the list and I look at people's names that I recognize. So, nope. Okay. Rusticles and Virgil. Do we have either of them? Yes, I have Rusticles. So let's go ahead and hop into Rusticles.
Virgil at one point.
All right, let's hop on over to Rusticles real quick. See what's going on. Give me a second here. And here we go.
Beautiful.
I try. All right, so it's looking like Ionia, P, and Z. And then, hey, there it is. We got some Heimer Vi, it looks like. Possibly a third champion. Let me check real quick. Yep, going to be Fizz.
Up against Lulu Jinx.
Yeah, Lulu. Okay, I'm glad we tuned into this one, Boulevard. This was unexpected. All right.
Haven't seen Lulu Jinx in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it's not doing so hot here in this particular game. But, I mean, what do you expect when you're up against Weimerdinger?
Good old Weimerdinger. I really thought, Boulevard, that Heimer was gonna make a resurgence after Jace got released, and I'm very. I mean, he did. All right, we see him on ladder, but I think we all know it's not a very reliable tournament deck, which is very saddening to me, but I guess I'll
So
take it.
the way that I look at it more is reminisce with me for a second, as we do every broadcast. For all the new people, you're just gonna have to sit through this. About when Legends of Runeterra first came out in January of 2020. I knew that Heimerdinger was the best deck in the game, but I also knew that it was going to take like a month and a half for that to happen because this deck does not build itself. This is not an easy deck to build or
Nope.
pilot. It takes a long time for the process to get to a point where this deck is playable, let alone good. So I still have hope for Heimer. I don't think he's necessarily going to make any waves at this seasonal, but I do think that Heimer does have a chance to come back sometime in like the middle of the next set. But again, it's like every time a new set drops, sometimes that can like hit a reset counter on Heimer being good. The reason that we had so much time in beta is because that lasted for like 3 months before we got any new cards with the release of Rising Tides. So Heimer had plenty of time to really stretch his legs and grow. Nowadays, things change a little bit too quickly for poor Heimer to really find his footing. But I mean, he did show up at the World Championship.
Yep. Yeah, I was very happy to see Heimer at the World Championship. So at least we can check that check box.
Yeah,
that. So
he made it all the way to 3rd place.
Yeah. So, and I think was that the only Heimer deck in the top cut too?
This is the only Heimer deck in the tournament.
In the entire, yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah. Well, that might have been the last game. We'll see in just a second. Virgil and Rusticles. Give it just one moment here. And I don't think we're nearing the end of round 2 either, Boulevard, because
yeah, no, these have been some quick games.
Yeah,
as you mentioned, some burn-on-burn action.
Hey, at least we're past the days of Spooky Karma, okay?
That's randoms in this tournament. I really thought he always talks about he's got like 4 decks, but I guess he's trying to replace Spooky Karma with Darkness.
Either that or Deep. I wonder, are Lazy Guga and Random are still playing if we do want to hop out here. So let's see what else we got going on. Okay, Random. Where are you? Where are you, Random? Speaking of Random, hopefully we don't regret this and we end up queuing into a Spooky Karma game. But no, I think we saw Random's lineup, right? No Spooky Karma. Thank God for that. All right.
When was the last time you even cast a Spooky Karma game?
I don't know.
Probably DOR something.
Oh yeah, it was a while ago. It was a very long time ago.
Back when shit still just worked.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay. And here I thought I wouldn't ever hear that name again.
Are you kidding? I can't wait to tell that story to everybody who listens.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Random 7HS versus Izzy Owned, who, if memory serves me, I have not personally seen. Possibly a newcomer to the tournament, so we'll see how well they do today. But looking like...
I can't believe you don't remember the name of everybody who enters the online league series.
Aksha. You know, I feel like I am required to, in a sense, but, you know. I do feel bad when I don't remember, I'm not going to lie. It's like when I'm at work and somebody comes up to me like, "Hey, Justin, what's going on?" And I'm like, hey, man.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Yeah, long time no see.
How you doing, guy?
Oh, man. So getting mini morph though, and some lifesteal coming through for Random. So like we mentioned earlier, Random decided to go with Darkness here. So not quite Spooky Karma, but is definitely more of a late game deck. Curious to see how many Darkness decks end up making the top cut today.
I think Random is currently running the debate in his head of, do I Vile Feast this? In which case, I believe you lose to single combat, or do I Stress Defense it to play super duper safe? But Stress Defense could run you into a bit of trouble. Oh, we're actually just going to take this block and see if Izzy greeds out for the Absolver return damage.
All right. No lifesteal coming through then, but we are going to get the double Darkness cast. And
no saving it with Absolver returns this time either. Which means... What are we doing, Izzy?
Well, I'll tell you what.
We save that?
I'll tell you what Random's doing. Random's jamming this Rekindler like it's nobody's business, and I'm very curious
yeah,
what
this
comes
is
out.
hitting the board. Look, it's a Senna. We've got
amazing.
Darkness back.
And one mana.
Yeah. Might even just level Senna this turn.
Yeah, this is good for Random. I mean, this is where Izzy just wasn't able to punch through at that 4 health left, and that's when you know you're not winning. Darkness is just going to keep grinding back at you.
Yeah, and even if we had saved the Manatee, all it would have done is actually just leveled Sen of that turn. We would have been able to wipe the board with the 2 Vile Feasts in the Darkness. But yeah, Random not getting the lifesteal there, playing it a little tight, not really making the decision between Stress Defense or Vile Feast, saying, actually, these are both bad options. The best play is to do nothing. As it is 80% of the time in Legends of Runeterra.
Yeah, let them make the first move and then counterattack, as they say. So, all right. I'm thinking that might have been the last game for Random as well. So, whizzing through these matchups.
At the ends of these games, huh?
Yeah. And it does look like... who else did I say? Lazy Guga, right? Let's see if Lazy Guga is in here. Man, you know, last time I played in a tournament, I had to play Lazy Guga. And that was a while ago.
Time you played in a tournament?
I think it was... Jesus, that's a good question. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Because I know the last time I played in a tournament, and I'm pretty sure it was the last time you played in a tournament.
Probably,
it was the Caster Show match where I had to play Casanova.
Okay.
To get to the top 4.
Nope, so that was technically the last time I played in a yep, okay. No, it was before that even. Which
that was a good time.
Can't even remember what tournament it was. Maybe it was like when DOR was like the last DOR or something like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, you were like DOR 1.
Yeah, I definitely played in that, yeah. Looks like Lazy Guga's out though as well. Patpat is still playing.
You don't happen to have Doo-Doo Denunu, do you?
Just the way that question was... No, I don't. The way that came... You don't happen to have like all I heard was you don't happen to have doo-doo, do you? That's
Doo-Doo Denunu, top 32 competitor from the previous season, a member of Team Hydra, making a name for themselves in the Runeterra scene right now. Good player from Brazil. I'd like to spotlight them a little bit more, but if we don't have them, we don't have them. Because I really do just like... You have your thing with Daddy, I have my thing with Doo-Doo Denunu.
I mean, I kind of like Doo-Doo Denunu too.
Top tier name. No, you get Daddy, yeah. I get Doo-Doo.
You get... All right. So looking like another Lee Sin deck here. Ionia Vandal City going up against... Oh, who would have guessed it? Like a burn deck. Fizz. The original... I think... Do you consider Fizz Lee Sin like the original Lee Sin?
No.
No? What do you think the original Lee Sin is?
Riven.
Riven Lee Sin? You're gonna go Riven Lee Sin? Wow.
Riven, or I think it was actually Draven.
I don't know if... I feel like Draven came after that, no?
So I'm thinking of like the Draven, Might, Lee Sin, Kickaxe, I think is Nola Gold.
Kickaxe, yeah, but I think Kickaxe came after the original Lee Sin. Because like
if it was absolutely bottom tier dog water, I didn't consider it a deck, so it wasn't the original.
I really think it was Fizz Lee Sin. I don't know.
It wasn't good though. I mean, Kickaxe wasn't great either, but I don't think Fizz Lee Sin ever put up anything at a tournament, whereas Nola managed to do the usual Nola thing and take an unplayable deck to a finals finish.
Yeah.
So that earns Kickaxe the OG Lee Sin moniker in my mind.
Do what Nola does best. Jank to the finals. Let's go. All right, Kakala just gonna grab a poison dart there. Purple berry, is that that was drawn. That was drawn. Right? Did I imagine
That's just main deck.
That was a main deck purple berry shake. I like it. All right. See, this guy's saying he's not running Spice. So, what is this?
Aloof Travelers is a card that I've been really big on lately, where you look at the meta, and at least on paper, a lot of decks are playing very expensive win conditions. And one of the things about Lee Sin in this aloofless meta is that they've cut Scattered Pod, making Lee Sin once again the de facto target of these Aloof Travelers, and Patpat down a Lee Sin now.
If I have to hear you tweet or mention one more time about how Aloof Travelers is underplayed, we get it. We get it, Boulevard. Although yes, because
understand.
And this is rare. I agree with you, because even as a 2/3, I think this card is still a little bit overpowered. Anything that's going to draw you one and have hand control, I think is insane.
It's a very on paper theory. Yeah. I could definitely see this not working out in practice as well. Maybe the tempo loss is just too big, but like on paper, Aloof Travelers seems absolutely nuts right now.
All right, well, got an Aloof on board as well as a Bandle Tree, which I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since we've seen a Bandletree victory. I mean, there was once upon a time we
My
lived in an
notebooks
era
are buried under
Yeah.
piles of things, and now I have to pull them out
like
to
we
try and track Bandletree at some point
we
today.
were tracking this daily. I mean, there was so many decks running around. Noxus, Bandlewood. I thought this was aggro when I first saw it. I was entirely wrong. This is a Bandletree deck. So good to see it. I thought I would never say that, but it's nice to see it back in action, and it's looking like it could pick up a victory here. We're only 2 turns away.
I love Bandletree.
As do I, Boulevard. As do I. That's a big old board, too. Forget Bandletree. I mean, they might just win with all the units at this point.
I don't think this is getting through the Eye of the Dragons unless we can get the Poppy to level, which at the moment, Pat could actually kill the Poppy with a Purpleberry Shake block on the following attack.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Good day if we can actually get Poppy to level at some point.
But I feel like the Bandletree victory might happen first, especially as Patpat is completely devoid of a win condition.
Yeah, we might even see both regions come down here. I mean, we weren't here for the whole game, so I'm not sure if maybe both are in hand. If we had one that was generated before, it's a little more expensive. Who knows? But we are sitting on 9 mana, so I got to imagine at least one of the regions is going to get played. Pokey Stick, going to draw. Okay. Purpleberry to save it. Okay. I mean, are we just trying to go in for some I mean, do we have... Wait.
We don't have much of a choice is what we don't have.
Hold on. Do we have some sort of weird lethal with, like, shrooms and twin disciplines and elusive damage and...
We're trying to find that out. So if we manage to pump in both twin disciplines here, that's going to be, what, 11 damage?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to go down to 4. This is...
Very dangerous is what this is.
Yeah, but like, what else do you do?
Ravenous Flocks.
What else do you do though? Like, you're gonna lose the Bandletree. Like, you do this.
I'm actually very surprised
we get both.
One twin discipline.
I agree.
I think that was being held back in case of another Pokey Stick or a Ravenous Flock. We wanted to ensure maximum damage, but I don't think you're really in a spot to play around anything. Yeah. Especially if this Bandletree is as far as long as you have led me to believe.
Well, yeah, it's at 9 now.
Okay, I am watching it on what is effectively a monitor for ants.
Hey, I got multiple jobs here. Right? Give me a break.
Yeah, and one of them is showing me the game. You're better off pulling up Twitch on my phone and looking at this.
So yeah, I got to agree, because then they'd be at 2, and now you at least have a chance to win with a top deck of 2 shrooms. If there's 2 shrooms, okay, that would have been rough. Is there any spells we can get that burn? I think the answer is no, right? I guess technically we could have got, if we did the twin disciplines, if we did double deep med this turn, we could have gotten 2 Pokey Sticks for the win.
See, I was gonna say if Patpat just plays Deep Meditation and finds a Dragon's Rage, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a thing. I'm telling you, I think if we play Deep Med and get another Pokey Stick, I'm gonna, I think, and Pat's gonna know it too. Oh, do we just wait? Is that that's the one? All right, look at that, a Bandletree victory. Can't say I was expecting to see that today. I'm sure you weren't expecting.
Check
to see
that one
either.
off your bingo cards, everybody. It's time for another giveaway.
Oh yeah.
We got 4 more to do. It's the end of round 2. It's time to. We got to get through this. We got to get the money out.
All right, let's pull it on back over to us and Boulevard. What do you want to? Yeah. What is the glorious word that you want put in chat for everybody to? Oh, they have another game, by the way, so we're gonna go ahead and head back on in.
While we're doing this game, I want you guys to type "new" in chat.
All right, hold up, don't do it yet. I gotta add it. New. So just how are we gonna spell that, Boulevard?
N-U, new.
N-U. Oh God. Pressure.
Like the champion.
Pressure. All right, and everybody, go now. Everybody, go.
New.
Everybody, go. New in chat. Go. Type it. Get free stuff. That's how it works. Rusticles. Okay, yours got in there. So, should I have a command for tree? Or is that free or tree? I can't. Somebody said free or tree. I don't know. Which one is it? Everybody, new in chat. 500 free coins.
Yeah, not command Nunu, just Nunu.
Yeah,
no
not command
mark,
Nunu.
Just Nunu.
And if you do win, DM me, please. Because this is really just a scam for me to make friends on the internet. So, because I have none. So. All right, so we are in
gameplay.
Yeah, I think we're
so kindly put up for me on this post-it note.
I'm gonna. I think it's 1-1 now because we have seen the end of 2 games. So we're gonna go with that.
It's an assumption you've made there.
I'm good at math. All right. And we're going to get to see Lee Sin again. So this time, 2 Lee Sin in hand. Very good chance that Patpat will be able to close this one out earlier now, as long as we can get, Zenith Blade, something like that, to put Overwhelm onto him.
Who did this? Who did this? Click on Hazerguee's deck for me. You're going to notice that there's only one champion in it.
Captain Farron in the kitchen with the knife.
And this is like the 3rd time that I've seen solo Viego. Who cut Thresh? Whose idea was that? Is this a thing? Is this a coincidence?
That's a good question.
I'm behind on my spooky Viego knowledge.
No, honestly, the only version that I have seen floating around is the Thresh Viego version, so this should be interessante. I can't say I've seen this deck be very successful, so just a heads up on that. We do have the 5/5 with Lifesteal hitting the board. Dark
you
Water
closed
Storage.
The giveaway, didn't even tell anybody. Jason Florent won. What a scam.
This was all planned. It's part of the script. Sorry, guys.
Oh, we're back on Squidmark. But Squidmark is going to not be able to hit the Lee Sin, as we did proactively use it on the Lecturing Yordle, so Patpat's at least got his win condition potentially available. There's a fair amount of removal in these here Shadow Isle Ionia decks. I don't know if this Lee Sin's going to necessarily be able to make it for the long haul, but I would love to see Patpat pick up a win with this deck.
All right.
So far, not the best performing deck we've seen, but I believe in him. He's got his Lee Sin down and alive. See where it goes. There's no way to give this Overwhelm, is there?
In hand right now for Lee Sin, no.
In your regional combination.
Oh. No, I don't think so.
What I believe as well. There's a reason we only ever see it as Targon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that just kind of like registered in my brain because I mentioned Zenith Blade earlier, and that's not gonna ever be a thing.
This isn't the first time that Fizz Lee Sin has made a big surgence, right? I think it was the start of the post-patch format. It was like post-Worlds, or maybe it was like right before Worlds. We saw a lot of Lee Sin popping up, and then there was like this Zed deck that was basically Fizz Lee Sin, but they just cut Lee Sin for Zed, and it confused me when I saw it, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's just Fizz Lee Sin, but with Zed. I'm like, okay, sure. It's an archetype that I've never really been able to nail down. Every time I think I finally have it, it like makes a big move. And it's just never really been sort of the tier 1 Lee Sin option.
Yeah, I think it's just an option because both of the champions just happen to have the same kind of level up condition. I think that's when they first were released. I think that was the idea. Is like, oh yeah, these 2 champions go together. This is great. I got to agree though. I don't think it's fantastic. Like you mentioned, no Overwhelm options. It just, I don't know, seems like a lackluster version of the deck. But Purple Berry Shake,
Amavorian Soldier.
Dude, are we playing triple Purple Berry Shake? Because I feel like we keep drawing this.
Look, don't ask questions you don't want answered.
I feel like, is the idea with Purple Berry Shake, like, I feel like one of the good things to use it on might even be a Dragon Link just for extra lifesteal and trading. Like, I'm sure there's a million other ways we can use this.
I already had to get up here and tell you I don't understand this deck, and now you're having to do Purple Berry Shake. There are some questions that I'm sure someone has an answer to it. It ain't me.
Oh, man. By the way, everybody.
Is a really impactful pickup here, though. Of course, Deathmark is something that we're going to need to be cognizant of to protect Lee Sin from. Vengeance obviously can still come out, but Deathmark is definitely something that you're going to be thinking about every single time you see those ephemerals hit the board.
All right,
and
Frank, what do we got?
There's a squid, and I think I can't tell what we pranked because Lee Sin's leveling to control the entire screen. Usually you just kind of snap pick the plus cost, but taking away the ability from the Deathwater Scourge to block could have been really good. But no, it is going to be the 5-mana Black Spear, and now we're going to kick this Dark Water Scourge back to the hand.
All right, yep, Dragon's Rage, and gonna be
Glimpse
dodge. Gotta like it. No lifesteal.
That's gonna be a Nopify saying, I really don't want you. to get that additional card draw. I don't care if I'm not dealing. Well, we'll still deal the damage this way, but I think it is a lot more about negating the card draw than actually pushing through the 4 damage with the Lee.
You know what's interesting? Glimpse Beyond
What's interesting?
It's been around for so long, and I feel like for the longest time it was considered like an auto include in Shadow Isles and just like a ridiculously good card. It doesn't seem like as impactful as it once was.
Something I've been thinking a lot about is like the top 10 cards in Runeterra that very much could have been nerfed but didn't.
Yep.
Glimpse Beyond definitely
was one of them.
If not at the top of that list, probably top 3 in terms of cards that have never been changed that people were like, yeah, you could nerf this at one point.
Fun fact, and I know you probably remember this, Glimpse Beyond was burst speed.
I'm not counting pre-beta weekends into closed beta, or open beta rather. That stuff doesn't count because like every card was changed.
Yeah, basically. Oh, old Callista. Old Hecarim, come on. There's this stuff. All right, Viego.
If I have to hear Blevins talk about burst speed, whirling death one more time, or whatever it was, Draven having 4 attacks, something along those lines.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus. And now he's at 2 health. Oh, how things have changed. All right. Got a decent-sized attack coming in here. We're just going to take it all to the face. And it's looking like Patpat, I mean, really in control of this game. I don't see any reason why we won't eventually end things with this Lee Sin. The Fizz also coming down leveled now, I think is really going to put some pressure on. You get some elusive pressure as well. Nope.
Atrocity is still a concern.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is a hard telegraph of a death mark coming out. And on Deep Meditation, we do not find any answer for that. And we actually pass it without pokey sticking for an answer. But no,
wait, what?
Just trying to level. Does that level Viego?
Well, nope.
Or are we just trying to climb the ladder here with the Viego?
Yeah, I was going to say that's also a hard telegraph that Patpat doesn't have deny or something, but that was odd to say the least. All right, looks like we're going for it here. We're just going for a straight up Dragon's Rage, no overwhelm needed. This does represent lethal here. 10 to the dome, and then 3 more thanks to Fizz. Does Hazerguee have an answer?
There's a few answers. Atrocity, Glimpse Beyond,
Syncopation.
One of them as well.
Wait.
The damage will still be done, though. This is still lethal.
Wait, that's not an answer. Yep, hold on.
You saved Viego, but...
We're dancing a little bit, but that ain't
doing
the one.
something.
Oh, wait.
Now we Atrocity so that we can hang on to the Viego, who is currently at 5 out of 20. As far away from a level up as he could almost be.
Oh, wait, are we... Okay, so we're Atrocitying the 4/4 to the face to dodge the kick, and then, okay.
Yeah, so the syncopation was to keep Viego alive rather than Atrocity Viego at the Nexus. And Patpat's still staring down lethal if there is a second Atrocity waiting in the wings of Hazerguee, as this Viego is about to go up to 10 attack here.
Well, I mean, forget Atrocity lethal. I mean, Viego could also potentially start taking over the game.
He's still too far away from the level up for that. He's at 9 now. Oh, Death Mark!
We have there it is! Oh, wait! We can remove the ephemeral!
That's going to give it right back to Viego!
Look at the Caitlyn Evo! Oh, this is so good!
It's so hard to keep this alive. And
no you! Oh, thank you!
Trinket trade into Death Mark to counter the Death Mark Patpat, you genius!
Oh, I see your ephemeral. I raise you my own ephemeral.
Oh, we're drawing some cards, though.
Uh-oh.
Huzuki's not out of this one yet. If there is another Atrocity, that is not something that... Okay, never mind.
Oh, there it is.
I was going to say, we very specifically need Viego Atrocity, but that is just not in the cards. And Patpat finally going to pick up a win with this Lee Sin Fizz with Death Mark.